Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Almost have everything set up. Pardon any lag. Yeah, pardon any lag. Just a moment here. Of course, it would happen like that. It gets into the last 5 minutes before the show starts. It's like, oh no, glasses. Had to sort that out. What's up, Patrick? Glad you made it. And smash the like button. It helps out the channel. Am I right? I feel just slightly crooked. I guess it's roughly the same. Um, yeah, it's so odd doing a show day after day after day versus week after week. I don't know why. Uh, okay, yeah, I've got audio. Cool. Yeah, what's up? How is your, I know it's not Father's Day yet. I forgot that Father's Day was tomorrow, the 15th. So I probably should have just worn this shirt today and not worn it yesterday, but there's a good chance folks watching today did not see the show yesterday. I don't know. It's fine. People know my shirt game by now. Sorry, just got some hair that wants to be on camera. No. There we go. That's all right. So how is your Saturday, I assume? Saturday, yeah. How's it going? We got that rain. It was raining like last night, this morning, something like that. So it's cooler outside. Oh, that's cool, Patrick. He said missed yesterday's show. We'll catch up Sunday. Nice. Oh, Dale, glad you made it. Yeah, I watched I back from January when I went live for a week. I got into the habit of just waiting to watch my own shows the day before. So every time I go live, I've just watched my last show earlier in the day, so it's fresh in my mind. I'm exhausting to watch. Maybe it's just because I'm just, tired from the depression, but I got maybe about 20 minutes in. And it's like I'm not even watching my own self. Like, damn, where does that energy come from, girl? Like, can I have some of whatever you're on? Because, like, I wish I could feel that way all of the time, but it's just literally everything funneled into 2 hours. Dill said it's raining and chilly in Pennsylvania too. Yeah, yeah. So our weather just heads over to them, and maybe tonight, early tomorrow. That's when Frank gets the weather from over here. It will be say it'll be raining early in the morning on a Monday. And then like Tuesday, Frank will be at the show like, "Oh man, it's raining so hard out there. This all just blew in." It's like, "Yeah, yeah, that's what we had." Yep. So you can sort of gauge how fast the weather moves based on Frank mentioning it. Yeah, I kind of I never celebrate well, I call them everyone else holidays. So yeah, Christmas, your New Year's Day, Thanksgiving, Easter, yeah, it's 4th of July, stuff like that. But those are everybody else's holidays, and that's fine. But then we have what I call Hallmark holidays. So those are your Mother's Day, Father's Day, Grandparents' Day, Secretary's Day. You get it. So I kind of I do, and I have said before, I still stand by it that something like Mother and Father's Day, that those are for people who just are too lazy, just don't care when their parents' birthdays actually are. But I kind of have to retract that just a tiny bit. Um, while it is still true, it's true for people like me who I don't know my dad's birthday. So while I know it's in February and he is a Pisces, he hasn't. I haven't come across that information yet. In if he has said it in a membership video, I haven't come across it yet. It's not in his public videos. That's just something he keeps private, I'm sure, for personal reasons. Or maybe it just has not come up, so he just has not like said it outright yet. Or, maybe it's a mystery. I don't know. So, for people who, let's say you're adopted, you don't know when your parents' birthdays are. Maybe one of your parents just died before you were born, and your other parent never talked about it, so you just don't know. So, like that's what I would consider, Mother's Day, Father's Day for. I mean, it's okay to celebrate an extra day for your family member. Don't get me wrong, but. If you know their birthday, do something then. So yeah, this is a day for the rest of us who just don't know the exact date our father was born on, but we still want to. I did have the thought, like, I wonder if Gray has tried keto brains. How do I send a bag of coffee creamer to a YouTube channel that does not have any kind of address listed? Like like trying to find that out is way too stalkery. So it's like, no, I don't even want to know for my own personal. I wouldn't want to know personally the man's address. I wouldn't send anything to anybody's personal address. Like with Frank has a PO box. If I knew his address, I would not, like his personal address, I would not send anything there. That's his house. I would, of course, use the P.O. box. It's, creepy. Unless you have permission to send something to somebody's house, don't just be sending random stuff. It's not the chain letter days. I don't know about you, but if I get a piece of mail and there's no return address, I start to get suspicious. So yeah, well, I'd like to sit here and be like, oh man, I remember the time me and my dad did this, or have some kind of cool story to tell. I mean, do you guys, do you have any, did you do anything fun with your dad sometime? Or like your best memory with your father, sort of a thing? I can't even find the video when I figured out, like, wow, this guy's my dad. It just all kind of sunk in. I know it was a Happy Wheels video. I just don't know which one. And uh I would have to go back to uh, wait, what year is it? 2019, sorry. Yeah, 6 years ago. I'd have to like watch his Happy Wheels videos back that far to find when that was. I think I remember the background. It was either like black, like not the thumbnail, but the part in the video. It was either black or like dark purple or dark blue. And it was just this real quiet moment and it just hit me. I want to say 2021, but I don't know. I'm just pulling a number out of thin air. I do not know. And that's my internet dad. If you don't have these things in real life, you can have them online. So if you don't have a dad, Gray can be your dad. He's sort of like dad coded. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Dale said that her dad took her fishing when she was a little girl. Ah, I went fishing one time and it was literally 30 minutes on a field trip. It was fun, but that's all we got to do. I didn't catch anything. Patrick said my dad fucked off in 1968. I think he was 3 years older than my mom, and she died 3 years back, so he's probably gone too. That'd be awkward AF if he shows up after the fact, like, "Hey, is your mom still around?" It's like fuck you, she's in the cemetery, jerk. Where have you been? I don't see any milk or any cigarettes. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. I used to know a guy. It was like a friend of a friend, and like it was him and his brother, and his mom raised him. And I don't think he ever knew his dad, or either maybe his dad just left when he was just so small he barely remembers him. Did he never spoke about him, nothing like that. But All he really said about the subject was that, like his dad left his mom. I don't know if they were married, but he's like, I would never do that to my kids. So I'm glad he's thinking of breaking the cycle. So if and when he did have children, he's not just gonna bail. Oh, Moon Bunny, glad you made it. Heading up the door, popping in for a few to say hi. What's up? So that's good to hear. I mean, I don't know what he's up to now, just, lose contact with people and all that. But I like that he does want to break the cycle versus watching something like when I used to watch Teen Mom 2 on MTV because MTV does not play music anymore. But I always thought Teen Mom 2 should be on Comedy Central. What's up, John Rogers? Glad you made it. Because every single episode ended the same. So, like the same way, like certain comedy sketches maybe always had the same punchline. Because it always ends up with some, like, here's some kid who won't get a job for his own self. So, of course, he's not going to get a job to help the 16-year-old girl he knocked up raise the kid. He's too busy playing video games and getting drunk underage. Dill said, my dad passed in May 2020, alone in a nursing home because of the fucking COVID lockdown. He was 93. Oh, RIP to him. That sucks. He's okay now. I mean, just, we can comfort yourself with that. That really, that blows. That sort of hits close to home. That sucks. I'm sorry. What's up, King 40? Glad you made it. Everybody's saying hi. But yeah, spoiler alert for Teen Mom 2. Every single one ends up with some overweight girl with acne holding a girl, usually a girl child, crying because the guy left her. And they always come from families where sex was never discussed. Like if the girl had questions about sex, the mom wouldn't talk about it, or the mom would be like, "Oh, ask your friends" or something like that. So it comes from a lack of knowledge. That situation. But I just remember one of them where here's this girl that she never knew her dad. Her mom raised her. So then she gets to be like, I don't know, like 22, 23. And so what does she do? She just let some guy knock her up and run off, and there she is holding this kid. Like, so yeah, you learned absolutely nothing. I'm glad you hate your children too. And a happy Father's Day to the dads. I know there's some dads in here, and I mean, happy Father's Day if you're not a dad. That's all right too. It's okay if you don't want to have children. It's okay if you do want to have children. It's no judgment from me. It's nice to see because you usually just see women that want to have children, but it's a little bit refreshing when you do see a guy who doesn't seem like a pervert, who does want to have a family. Moon Bunny said, I'm in the mood for a movie tonight. Me too. I've been sort of in a movie-ish mood. I just really don't know what I want to settle on. I have been feeling that. I haven't watched Strike Up the Band in a little while. That's got to be in my top 25. I love that movie too. Yes, I used to watch it probably once or twice a week back when I was working. Uh, Back when Gamer Cat was still alive. That's why I don't watch it as much now. I just remember my friend. I'm surprised you stayed in the room. I'm surprised you didn't get sick of it. 1940. It's got a fella in there by the name of Larry Nunn, Nunn. I would really love to do a full review of it one day, but I don't know where you guys can find it online to watch. And what you have to understand about that movie is, yes, it does have Judy Garland, once in an ever talent. Yes, it does have Mickey Rooney. If you don't like what he's done off camera, never mind that. He is a great actor. But this man, Larry Nunn, I can't believe I'm saying this. If he does not equal their talent in that film, I can almost say he surpasses them. Like even just by a hair. And these are two of the most popular actors. Like Mickey Rooney was the most popular actor for like so many years in a row. Like that's not just me saying that. All like the world said that. And it went right to his head. But this dude, Larry Nunn, watch him. You're gonna notice him anyway. He is, oh my heart goes out to that man. But then I looked him up on Wikipedia and then it broke my heart. Not going to spoil that for you. I don't want to be that sad. Oh my God, this guy is so good. Want to go to, glad you made it. Haven't made any family members, but glad I made it here. Oh, that's okay. Dill said, any football fans just watching American Underdog? It was about Kurt Warner. Zachary Levi played him. It was really good. I have not. Like, I think I've heard of that movie, but I've not seen it. There was a time back in like 1999, 2000, specifically 1999, you could really not go to a film without there being football in it. Maybe it was movies I was seeing. I don't know if it was a theme, but you saw football. And if there was a party scene, the song "This Is How We Do It" literally is every single movie and every single party scene. Like you cannot avoid it. So if you don't like that song, sorry, it's gonna be like All Star for every party scene, every late '90s film, teenagers getting together. It's unavoidable. And then when you say football, I assume you mean American football, not UK football. Because you can't call it soccer, even though they invented the word soccer. You can't call it that over there because I'm sure a fight breaks out. King 40 says, check out the Stallone movie Paradise Alley. It's good. All right. I have not seen a whole lot of Sylvester Stallone movies. That's my fault. I'm cool with action films. What is the No More Kings thing? Is that like, do people really like, are they calling Trump a king? Or because it's funny during Gay Pride Month, all about the queens, they have this no king thing going on. Honestly, No More Kings, it sounds like something that should be going on in Patrick's part of the world. Make Charles nervous. It's just honestly, it's that no kings thing. It's just what they're calling their gay pride meetings today. And then like Patrick mentioned that today's Trump's birthday, so that's why they're just doing it there. Moon Bunny leftist shit. Exactly, yeah. I had to unfollow somebody on Tumblr. They were posting something about it that led me to believe they were for just the nonsense. But then somebody else posted a clip. This dude, I don't know, like the sheriff of somewhere in Florida, talking about, if you spit on a cop, you're going to a hospital, you're going to jail. If you're in the street, expect to get run over. The dude was not fucking around. I'm like, yeah, based Florida. King 40 said it's not an action movie, not your typical Stallone movie. Oh, all right. Oh, John Rogers said they are trying to say that Trump is trying to be a king. Patrick said, I always thought Trump was king of New York. Yeah, that's what. Dill, yeah, American football. I can't even say. You can tell I've been watching, quite frankly, for 10 years because some words I just cannot say like a normal person. It's like coffee. Okay, that might have been a little bit harsh, but I don't know if I can say coffee anymore like a normal person. And what would you say would be a fair price to pay for a PO box? Because I got to do it this week because I can put it on the credit card. The sun's in a water sign, and then like get it paid off by the end of the month. So I did just what do you think is a reasonable amount? Because whatever I'm gonna have to do it because I promised it, and I know people have stuff to send me. I just want to know how mad to be when I see the final total there. Because I know it's going to be over $300. So I have to put it on a different credit card so I won't get any points. So maybe I'll just use my debit card. I don't know. I don't know. Moon Bunny, yes. CAWFEE. That's what Frank sells, his own coffee. Dill said the Walmart heiress Christy Walton is behind some of the funding for the protest. Yeah, I have heard that. Then I've seen some folks are boycotting Walmart and Sam's Club. Yeah, that's it. That's what I've heard. Does that just mean there's going to be fewer people in the store when I go shopping? John Rogers said Sandusky couldn't getting 800 people for the protest. Patrick, he's better than our king, who's a proper Charlie. Is Charlie an insult? I like the UK because they'll just use a regular ass name and it's an insult. At least like for Scottish stuff. Like when someone's a drunk, they're a Jakey. You know, who was the first alcoholic named Jake to give them all a bad name? Or like the little badass kids, teenagers getting into trouble. They're called Neds. It's an acronym, not like the name Ned, but I was watching Game of Thrones at the time, so I'm like, wait, what? Dandy, Legend made it. He said he's been watching the military parade. And instead of like throwing out candy, they just shoot people along the side of the street. Yikes, why would anybody show up for that? I was going to say about Twitter, since it came up yesterday, and we're trying to get King 40 to get an account there. What you don't want to do when you get on Twitter is sit down, follow people you like, and then start reading their tweets. Because at least for me, since most of the people I follow are Franklies, all my feed is just political stuff that they're retweeting or tweeting about, and I'm not into politics, so I get nothing out of that. I might see something as I'm scrolling past, but I'm really just tapping the button at the top so it brings the feed back to the top. So every once in a while I catch something that somebody is saying. A lot of times if it's a retweet, I kind of ignore it because it's not that I 100% don't care, but like that's somebody else's opinion versus something they're tweeting out personally. So like don't go on there and start reading tweets and reading retweets because then you're going to start thinking, "Oh, I got to respond back to that." No, 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 no. Don't respond back to nothing. Don't start an argument on Twitter. Don't do the name calling thing. And don't even go so far to make threats because that's how you lose your account. It's just for observation. You're like the deer hunter in the stand, but you don't have a gun. You're just there to like watch because you like nature. You're not there to interact with it really that much. So like get a Twitter account. But I don't know, unless you're somebody like Rich Barris tweeting 50,000 times a minute, it's really not a place. You really don't want to even spend more than 5 minutes there. Like that sounds like too much. It's not that kind of thing. Plus, a lot of those accounts are ads. A lot of the responses are just bots or ads. So it's not you're arguing with a computer if you're getting into a Twitter fight. it's not worth it. However, if you see two other people fighting, you can like just like scroll through that and maybe like the other guy's tweets and LOL at that. But it's not. Don't get involved with it. Just be on it. And if you're gonna make an account, if you're gonna make a handle, don't have it be like, don't go by King 40 in the chat room, but then have your Twitter handle be like some random ass word and a bunch of numbers, or your real life name and a bunch of numbers, or a sport. Like, people aren't gonna, or a sports team, like, people aren't gonna make that connection because if people are looking for you on Twitter, they want to find you just like that. So, like, get a handle on that King 40 name with, like, if you can get away with no numbers after it or nothing extra, do that, hang on to that. That's how people can find you. That way, in the future, if you do put out content, people will be able to find you better. You're just branding yourself. Don't do like Frank Zell with his Twitter handle with his Frank Z2137. So that's four numbers I had to learn. That's extra work for me. It's easier to just spit out too. Just like, hey, you can find me on Twitter at this versus word number. That then you got to explain what that's about. Patrick said, yeah, Charlie is a put down here means a fool. Ah! And they still named him Charles. When Buddy said, I can't do Twitter for reasons similar to King's toxic. Yeah, it's not for it. It's like when you see food, you just look at it. You don't eat it because you don't know what's in it. That's how it is. Like the parts of the buffet you walk past to get to the parts that you like. That's what Twitter is. And then you get DMs that are just bots. It's really gone downhill since it was renamed. King 40 saying to Patrick that he's angry what's happening to them in their country over in England. King 40, if I go on Twitter, I will team up with Leonardo and go fucking hard, LMAO. And Patrick says to King 40, it's getting worse every week. The Prime Minister's a right fucking idiot. He censored it, but I didn't. Dandy, yeah, Kieran and Charlie should get married. That's something that makes me sad about Twitter, because back when they made a big deal about Trump getting kicked off of there, a lot of people left Twitter. So I lost about, like, it was close to 30 followers. But then they let him back on, and, my count did not go back up. And I'm not like hung up about that. It's not like I need to have a wild amount of Twitter followers to, like, my self-esteem is not tied into my followers on Twitter. But what makes me sad is that people were more concerned with following a politician, someone who's not a real person, versus a real person. You're letting a fictional character decide a little bit too much of your life. And what if there was the person who needed to get say like 100 followers on Twitter to get some kind of, I don't know, monetization, and then there would have just been knocked back by 30. So like, that would have sucked if it meant something like that. But I'm more upset that people follow the news that closely when it's has no effect on you. Like, people in your real life and talk to in chat rooms and in real life have more effect on you and are more important to you than the people you're watching on MSM. And there's adults that don't realize that. And I really did want to bring this up, but there kind of wasn't a time to, but we've all noticed this. When Matt McCat came back onto Quite Frankly, and how the entire I wish I would have screenshotted it because the entire room freaked out, myself included. Everybody coming was freaking out. People were calling up, meowing at him, doing the like the Eminem, guess who's back, back again. After the fact, I think the second night that he was on, because he was on the one Friday, then he was on another Friday. This dude called up. He's like, "Oh man, Matt's there for real? That's really Matt? Like, dude, I really thought you died because like this dude had missed some episodes, so he just didn't know." And I guess had been gone for something like 8 months. But this caller legitimately thought this dude was 6 feet under because we were not seeing him, and then just to have him there and be able to talk to the guy, it probably felt the way it felt to me when I found out Lava Lamp Larry was still alive, except I can't see him. And I again, almost 10 and a half years in the chat room, and that's one of the things people freak out for more than anything else. Like Frank's daughter can do some stuff, people will freak out. But any other, like, people do get excited for certain guests, but we don't freak out that way unless it's Matt McCat. That dude just makes so many people happy, and he's been around for so long. And folks just love him. Dill said, when I saw Matt, I gasped so loud my dog came running. LOL. He's right there. So with that in mind, like, I don't know what was going on in his life to make him not be on the show. I don't know if he just himself personally was busy with, family, work, medical. I don't know if him and Frank were just having just a patch where they were just not talking to each other. I have no idea what was going on. But the point sort of is, it doesn't matter. The fact that Matt makes so many people so happy, he needs to take that into consideration. I don't know, like, what mind he is of. I don't know if he thinks of himself as just a regular person. He doesn't seem like, if he wanted to be on YouTube and be an entertainer, he would have his own channel. So he's not quite that far gone, but he does have a personality, a shtick, a routine, like a mode that he gets into, like with his weird pronunciation. So he does have that side of him that does like to entertain and be just humorous. He's not a joke teller. He's not a comic. He's just an entertaining fella to have around. Easy on the eyes. So the fact that he makes people so happy and people look forward to seeing him so much and legitimately thought he was dead because he has not been around, he has to find some way to push all the troubles away. Like, I hate to say it, but I sort of don't care what's going on with his family and his work and his health, and if he is fighting with Frank or not, because the audience needs him. People need to see him. He cheers people up. He brightens up their day. People look forward to seeing him. They get very sad when he's not around. All I've been doing is answering questions about where's Matt for who knows how long, and now he's back. So the fact that he does make people so happy, he just needs to push aside any personal troubles and find a way to make sure that he continues to be on, quite frankly, regularly. Like, he doesn't have to be there every Friday. I understand if he can just maybe make it once a month, once every 2 months, that's fine. But you cannot be letting these long stretches go out where we just don't know. And if you can't be on the show, send Frank a text. It doesn't matter how short or long it is, but just to stay in touch with him to let us know, because if he doesn't, we're all going to worry. You can't make people that happy and then just vanish, because your reasons for vanishing do not matter. People, at the end of the day, people just want to be entertained. So you got to work it out and just put away any troubles you're having and suck it up and just get your ass in the chair for those 2 hours often. We don't care what happens behind the scenes. We just want to see our damn cat. King 40 said, I really wish Matt would stop smoking that shit. He does it way too much. He can't even put it down in the studio. Yeah, that's why we have a balcony, because you can't smoke pot in the studio. So that's why you got to have that there. So he does hit the sorry, catnip. Yeah, B chat made it. King 40 said it annoys the fuck out of me watching him smoke blunts in the studio. I'm surprised Frank doesn't get a contact high and he's not giggling by the end of it. That's what I'm really surprised about, because Frank is not a current pot smoker. Like, he has smoked in the past, but when he's like talking about smoking the hookah, it's not code for marijuana. It's, I don't know what you put in a hookah, because I've never, I was tricked into smoking one once because I thought it was weed, and then I wondered why it didn't taste like weed, and then I was told it wasn't weed. So I'm like, what am I doing with this pipe? Then I got a headache. So yeah, it's not code for anything. He just does not currently partake. So with this tolerance being that low, I would imagine you get one sniff and then like suddenly you're reaching for the cookies, and you got cotton mouth and you're giggling and you're like showing us silly videos on his phone, or that doesn't happen. So maybe it's just the ventilation is so good from the balcony, it just sucks the weed smoke out. Catnip smoke. Patrick said, I think he's got a new job, so he's probably pushed for time. Because he did go from like trapping animals for a job to working for the city. And now it sounds like he either has, I don't know if it's his side hustle or if he quit the city and now he's got his own critter catching. It's called Beast, but it's like BEES apostrophe T, and like the logo is a bee. Dandy bee dude. Dale said it must have made him feel good to know we were all so happy to see him. Like you could tell he was smiling. He seemed to be more surprised by the way we reacted. Like he didn't, like he knew we would react, but I don't think he was expecting that much. And then all the calls were like, "Oh my God, it's Matt!" So you can't just like I would expect a Scorpio to come around and make people that happy and then just vanish. But he's not batchy, so there's no reason. Oh, Sloan Bone, glad you made it. Drive by shout out. Much love, fam. Yeah, Sloan Bone's awesome. Because if I can suck it up and do shows feeling like crap, then so can he. Like, I've had nothing to eat today. I woke up and my air quotes good knee hurt. So that made my stomach upset. So then I was just lying in bed. And I realized it would take too long to assemble a sandwich. That's literally like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Because it's just like peeling the lettuce off of the head is too stressful. Because then I got to put it away and lie down for a while. So like, no, I just won't have anything. I had a Monster. Don't drink Monster. They have sucralose in them. Dill said she's a Scorpio. That's cool. Like I'm fine with Scorpios. I've got my Scorpio moon. I've seen how they act. I know how like they get bored with stuff and just quit. It's nothing personal. They just get bored and they just quit. That's why Louise Brooks quit acting. She just got bored with it and quit. If you know who that is, props to you. Because I remember Frank saying probably back in April, sometime there, after his birthday, Frank was mentioning that, Matt had not come back on the show. Like he was trying to reach out maybe through text. He just never heard anything back. And then he mentioned that he did not receive a text from Matt on his birthday to say happy birthday. Thinking, dude, you better not take that personally. Because while I did do a live show on my birthday, and that was totally cool, it's probably the best birthday ever. Do you know how many DMs I got wishing me a happy birthday? Two less than the amount of Happy New Year's I got for my New Year in October. So none. So you can't take not receiving happy birthday DMs personally, because sometimes the day just goes by. King 40, to me, it's a lack of respect. I don't care what you do with your personal life. Be professional. Don't be smoking blunts on air in the studio like you think you're a fucking stupid dog. Yeah, I see what you mean there. Yeah, it's because I'm not a cigarette smoker. That it makes me disgust me if it's on your clothes. I'll be able to smell it because I'm just so sensitive to it. So you can't walk into any store anywhere without smelling cigarette smoke because for some reason they let their employees stand in the front and smoke that shit like they don't have a back of the store. Like I would love to be able to like do a bump at my job. I mean, I wouldn't do it like if I was doing, honestly, to be real with you, it's like when I would do my smoking shows. Like, I'm not sitting here smoking out on the balcony in front of you. I step off camera. It's really Delia. I'm a Capricorn. January 18. Don't worry, you're off the hook for next year. Walking outside, walk outside of Walmart, open up your mirror, do a line, go back to. That's what the bathroom's for. If you can't do your drugs in the bathroom at work, you don't need to be doing them. And as not cool as it is to see people like guys smoking, like it's never classy, it's never cute, it's never cool to see a woman smoking anything. And it's sad because if you want to watch movies from say the 60s, I was watching one movie and it was like Judy Garland and I'm like, oh my god, she's on fire. There's smoke. It's no, there's just a cigarette just down here and we're just seeing the smoke come up. Is that necessary? I love breakfast at Tiffany's, but does everybody need to have a cigarette in every single shot? Patrick said, good job. I'm in England then, Nikki, LOL. King 40, yeah, you're right. He said that's different. That this is my show where Matt's a guest on Frank's show. Yeah, I kind of, you're probably just as miffed about Matt smoking on the show as I am about Frank's guests swearing at his audience and like running over time. So I get you. Like, I really wish you could stop. It's only 2 hours. You can stop doing a thing for 2 hours, but it could be worse. What if he was a chronic masturbator? Then he would never be on camera. It would just always be shaking. I'm not going to shake my camera at you. Or it would be one thing if, say, Frank was smoking on his show and Frank just had, like, was just doing something like vaping, which is gay. But then there's Matt over there with the full on hookah. And he's got like all like the tubes and the hoses and the whatnot. And the Sloan Bone Bong Rip, hells yeah. That's the best thing to smoke out of. Don't do drugs, but if you are gonna do drugs, it's just because there's the water filters out all the bits, so it's just smoke. And clear it. You can't leave it anything in there. You have to take it off. You can't it gets stale if you leave it in there. You do it all in one thing. You don't leave some in the bong, so it's floating out, looking cool. Dumbass, you're wasting your smoke. Till everyone smoked back then. We boomers grew up on secondhand smoke until we started smoking ourselves. Yeah, it's like I know some folks that started smoking like young teens, but it's just because they're hanging out with, maybe their older siblings did it, or they're hanging out with older kids. I remember being around that age, like, so kids start picking up smoking, and I notice it's because they're all hanging out together, and they were all smoking Newports, and some of them switch off of menthols, but it's jump ahead. Those are the ones that are, either dead from heroin or have been to rehab for heroin, tattooed up. Beach Chef, who is that? Linda Lindsay? King 40 vaping is super gay. I don't know what hookah is, but it sounds a lot more gayer than my cigarette smoking. It's a hookah is the one, like, Frank will have it out sometimes. It's sort of this tall, like, I mean, I'm sure they make them in different sizes, but it seems to be a foot or two tall, and it has like multiple hoses coming off of it. Again, you can get them with more or less. These will have like two or four, and it's got this tray on top, and something about lighting this coal. And you put your fire to it, and you suck on the hose, and then you blow out the smoke. But the whole point is that's not marijuana, so why are you doing all this? It's not getting you high, you're just playing with smoke. You can light an incense. Because, I mean, I've smoked, like, in my whole life, I've probably smoked a cigarette or two. So, okay, you can call me gay for that. But I knew it was dumb at the time because it wasn't getting me high. I took a few hit. You get like this little, like, I don't know, nicotine, like, buzz rush thing initially for like the first one or two hits, but that goes away almost immediately, and then you're just holding something that stinks like a cigarette because it is a cigarette or a cigar. It's basically the same thing. It doesn't get you high. It doesn't get you high. All right, do you need something to do with your hands? Jerk off. I just play video games. I Cocksucker training. That's all cigarettes are. Fellas, if you're looking for some head, just look for a cigarette smoker. If you don't care about their gender, neither do they. Patrick, yeah, puffing has a different meaning here. Yeah, Peter Puffers. Beach App lyrics, smoke lyric or song lyrics, smoking in the boys' room. Sloan Bone. Oh shit, I'm gay from vaping. Yeah, sorry. That's how you found out that you were gay. You were vaping, and then the next customer behind you grabbed your ass. That's how you know. Dill, when I was in school, if you didn't smoke, you didn't go into the bathroom. Yeah, and you open the door, you just get a whole cloud of smoke. I've heard that there were high schools that, don't ask me what year, 60s, 70s, but that there's like the lounge for the teachers, like kids can go in there and smoke too. Nobody cared. Wonder why people aged so quickly back then. King 40 sounds like more trouble than it's worth. If it doesn't get you high, what are you doing? You're playing with smoke and you're still sober. What did you set out to do today? What did you think how you were gonna feel before you started this? After the fact, what's the goal? What's the point? It's again, it's like tattoos. What's better on Tuesday that sucked on Monday before you got the tattoo? Oh, Leanne, glad you made it. Yeah, you're right. Why bother with the non? I don't understand. Sloan Bone, what if I vape between bong rips? Just drop the vaping and switch to the bong. It's healthier for you. You don't know what's in those vapes. And nobody looks cool vaping. Nobody looks sexier when they're smoking. Nobody looks like, you don't see somebody and you're like, they're kind of hot, but I don't know. Then they whip out a cigarette and you're like, oh man, let me get their pants off. Yeah, get their pants off because they stink of fucking cigarettes. Patrick says to Dandy, I roll my own too. Tobacco is really expensive here. I get mine from the new foreigners here who sell them cheap, less than half price. Dale, yeah, even hospital cafeterias had smoking sections. King 40, okay, smoking cigarettes never made me desire to put a dick in my mouth. Enough of that shit. Yeah, I wish they would stop. Oh, Smoking in the Boys Room by Motley Crue. Okay, yeah. I remember one time I was at one job and we could, like, there were windows, you could see the customers walking in and out just fine. And this guy got out of the car. It was a little bit bigger. I'm not going to lie. I'm not generally, sizes. It's, a bigger person just means either that they know how to cook or they know where the good food is. And I'm on a diet, so I'm always hungry, so that's fine by me. But this guy gets out, tall, a little bit bigger dude, lovely hair, real pretty hair. Guys really don't let their hair sort of like, not like long hair, like he wasn't some hippie, but they just don't let their hair grow out like that. Look really, really nice on him. But as he's getting out of the car and walking slowly up to the building, he's got to reach in his pocket, pull out a cigarette, and light it up. And, like, when your mind goes blank, you can only think one thing for a second. I was literally Marty McFly in the car with his mom in 1955, spitting out the liquor. Jesus, you smoke too? Like, you're big and you smoke. Like, dude, you're just going to have a heart attack. Like, just stop the cigarettes, drop some weight. Dude would have looked like something. Threw my pen on the ground. Oh, sorry, loud. Don't freeze, please. Thank you very much. Equipment. Leanne said a friend had a doctor say if she had to smoke a water pipe, it just honestly, just because it just filters out, it's just whatever little. I mean, like you can smoke I don't know, like a toker. It's got like that screen in there to, like, filter it out. You're not sucking it into your lungs, of course. But it got to a point where I couldn't smoke out of anything but a bong because I was just used to that, like, pure, smoke. John Rogers, Brown Helmet Station, did the original song. Dandy, I remember people smoking in grocery stores too. Oh, go to your doctor, he lights up. Yeah, Sloan Bone. Yeah, he's gonna be a grandfather in August. Oh man, is it gonna be a Leo? That is so cool, Patrick. Yeah, they're called fags here, which must just sound ultra gay to you guys. It does. It's people. It seems like the word fag is more of just, it's just a slang for a cigarette in the UK versus here. It's more of a slur for gay people. Um, so that makes it funny because it sort of means the same thing because cigarettes are gay. It's just like I don't mind if somebody is gay. Go ahead and be gay. Just don't be a fag about it. Yeah, Leanne. Yeah, people smoked on the airplane too. Yeah, tobacco. Do you know what they're gonna have, Sloan Bone? A boy or a girl, or are they just like not going to hospitals and having it at home? Oh yeah, I was gonna post that picture. I actually did post that uninvolved in peace picture, but then I realized it's blue, and I can't open up my Twitter all the time and see that much blue. It will depress me. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just put it up in Discord or something like that. So yeah, I just totally realized after the fact that's a bummer. So David, oh, a boy named Asher. Okay, nifty. I just wonder about the now. See, now that would be one thing if they were planning on naming him Leo, and then he's somehow born a Virgo. Well, not somehow, but would they be so stubborn they're not going to change his name? Like, nope, we love that name. We're sticking to it. Oh, Dill saying to Leanne, in '79, I flew to Hawaii and was stuck next to a chain smoker. It was nasty. Oh, that's so disgusting. John Rogers, yeah, I remember smoking in the mall, ashtrays everywhere. Yeah, because you like you couldn't smoke in the stores, but you could smoke on the like just the walking in between parts. It was all enclosed, but tall ceilings. But yeah, ashtrays everywhere. Back when every single trash can had an ashtray on top. Oh, I do not miss that. I just watched The Ninth Gate. It's a Johnny Depp film from 1999. I may have brought it up before. It's been a while since I saw it. I didn't realize how much this happened. So this isn't spoiling the plot or anything like that, but sort of spoilers for The Ninth Gate for a movie that came out 25 years ago. But what happens, and it's about rare books. And so I'm thinking, oh, rare, expensive books. Wow, do you put on gloves when you touch them? Anything? No, that never happens. And anytime people are around expensive books, everybody's either drinking alcohol or smoking cigarettes. And I'm like, really? I remembered some of the cigarette smoking. I didn't remember how much of it. Drinking and smoking around these expensive books. Oh, hell no. You better not even think about liquid if you're around my expensive books. Hell no. But then there they are, book here, cigarette, ashes fall, brush it off, cigarette. King 41, I ain't smoking cigarettes. Cigarette smoke bothers me, so I get it. Now, are you one of those ones like cigarette smokers? Like some people like smoke while they eat. I don't know if that's just a TV movie thing. I haven't really seen it in real life, but in general, I've seen like cigarette smokers when they're eating. They don't want to smell the smoke. Dill, yeah, creepy movie, but I used to be deeply in love with Johnny Depp. LOL. Like, I want to say I saw that in the theater, considering like the year it came out. I have always liked that movie. It is very of its time. I'll put it like that. It's not even that long ago, but it's like, yeah, movies were a little bit different. Frank Langella again. He's in that. Sorry I won't spoil any more of the cast. The score, I will say this because it has just been, I couldn't tell you how long since I'd seen it last. And I was probably on Tubi watching it. Tubi has Dark Shadows. You can watch all of Dark Shadows on Tubi for free. Link in the description. The music is noticeable. And I don't know if it's the setting on my TV. It was just coming through like there's parts it's intentionally like that, but it's just hitting my ears a little bit too sharply that I honestly had to turn it down. Like maybe my ears are just too sensitive. Leanne, The Ninth Gate from 1999, Johnny Depp film. Just never mind the director and just watch the rest of it. John Rogers, we did in McDonald's. I have an ashtray I took during the '80s. Nice, yeah. I've got one of those. Like it's basically a Coke spoon with a McDonald's logo on it. King 40, yeah. While eating is fucking disgusting. I like smoking out on the balcony, but I'm not gonna be smoking and eating. It just like even if I'm snacking, which I don't do a lot. Oh, Dill, awesome. Yes, and she smoked off and on when she was younger, but haven't smoked in almost 40 years. Good, yeah. Oh, it's so gay. Back when I worked at the gas station, People who it sort of blows my mind the way people who like nobody is ever really smoking casually. There's a few people that do, but for the most part, the rest of the 99% of cigarette smokers, they're basically doing it for a good part of their adult life. Like they're not just doing it on the weekend. They have no plans to quit, but they never ever buy them by the carton, which makes it cheaper. They always buy them single pack, or they like usually buy two at a time. So what happened was people came in, they bought their 2 packs of Marlboros, and after tax, it ended up being $6.66. And you never saw more people notice a price and then immediately start looking for the 25-cent packs of gum, which they don't sell anymore. Like they might still sell them in the size, but they're not a quarter anymore. This was roughly 2002. But yeah, you never saw anybody notice a total so fast and look for the cheapest other thing they could buy. Like, actually, you know what? I need. They never bought a third pack of cigarettes, like they weren't going to smoke them. But yeah, I never really saw more extra sales than when that specific number. Like I've worked in other places where that number comes up for a total. Like some people just never mind it. Some people, oh, but specifically cigarette smokers 20 years ago. Like if you don't know this stuff's gonna kill you. B Chap said I liked one Johnny Depp movie. Can't remember what it was called. The criminal group kidnapped his own personal life daughter. That sounds familiar. I want to say Nick of Time, but I don't think that's correct. That sounds familiar. Damn, I don't know. I either haven't seen it or it's just been so long I can't remember it. It does sound familiar. Leanna, a group I was with would go to the Bayou Container at Lenox Square after hours. They'd stay open for us and we'd smoke herb the whole time. Sweet. B-Chap, yeah, they forced him to do crimes, thinking he could easily get his daughter back, but luckily enough, he outsmarted them. Yeah, that does sound very familiar. King 40, yeah, we all gotta die of something. The thing with cigarettes is it doesn't kill you, it just gives you a heart attack. And then we never see people like Jerry Coogan again because it's been a year and a half and the man is still like he's back to work and everything and he's fine, but he just does not have the energy for us. So it's you'll still be alive, but we'll never see you again. So, and you can't do that to people, specifically you, since you've become a personality. You'll piss off too many people. If you, like, don't let Frank come on one day and say, oh, I found out King 40's in the hospital, because I'll be the one DMing you on Twitter calling you a dumbass while you're sitting there with your chest open. Like, what did I tell you? More than once. So it doesn't kill you, it just makes things less fun for the rest of us. Patrick, I've been smoking 51 years now, gave it up a few times, but only lasted a few months. It was Nick of Time. Dill knows. Yeah, Nick of Time with Johnny Depp. Didn't it have like it's got somebody else in it, like Christopher Walken or something? Uh Maybe I have seen that. Or Dennis Hopper or what one of those guys. Christopher Walken it is, yeah. Have I seen this movie? I don't even know. That's sad. Like I usually know if I've seen a movie once that I liked it or I didn't like it, I can remember that. I know if I've just watched a lot of reviews about a movie and haven't actually seen it. And I am a Christopher Walken fan. Maybe I haven't. Who did the score? King 40, I get that, Nixter. Yeah. I'm just like that. That's what happened to Patrick. He was just gone for a while. Then he came back. It's like, oh, yeah, just doing the heart attack thing. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, Nick of Time from 95 or something like that. And I've been doing this lately. I've been calling thumbnails for videos avatars. I know the difference. I don't know why I've been messing that up. But it's kind of true because the thumbnail for the show is its avatar. So I wasn't too far off. It was cold in here before I started. Now I'm sweating. So I mentioned those Minecraft ARGs, creepypastas. ARG is an acronym for alternate reality game. So you're think you're watching a real YouTube channel, but it's all designed to just be like not real, but you think it is. That's the fun of it. Holy shit, Dill said Christopher Walken has been married to the same woman for 50 years. Just read that somewhere. Wow, good for them. B Chap saying he remembers Johnny Depp from 21 Jump Street, and the spin-off show Booker was also reasonable entertainment. I swear I've seen 21 Jump Street, like the original one, not the movies, the Johnny Depp one. Like I swear I've seen that on Tubi or somewhere available. Well, Patrick had nearly 3 extra years since I went. Sunbone, my toes are cold. Yeah, like the tip of my toes are. Even though the fan's over here, it's not so bad. When you haven't eaten all day and you're just running on a monster, you have to learn where to like keep your liquid level out so you don't have to take an intermission. King 40, indeed. Yeah, Walken has some serious dancing skills. I respect that. What was the one that Fat Boy Slim song where it's just Christopher Walken dancing through a hotel? Because what you have to understand about Christopher Walken is back in his day, you were not cool. You would not get the ladies unless you knew how to dance. So all the guys knew how to dance. Leanne, love a man that can dance damn straight. So like you never know when you're gonna like find something. It like you start down just at like one video or one path of research, and then it opens up to like something you never considered before. So watching these horror Minecraft videos, like spooky stuff popping out, creepy sounds. Sometimes it messes with their settings. Some of these even mess with their computers, like stuff I wouldn't get into, but it's not my equipment, so I'm just watching them go through it. And the game Minecraft, I kind of like it. I think I would like playing it, especially older versions of it, because you just have very clear lines of where things are, so it's no strain on my eye when everything's blocks. But after watching so many of these, you sort of see the same locations. Of course, there's mines, there's underground you can go to with lava, there's the nether, where the Ender Dragon is. But up on top, you can see almost everything. They've got every kind of biome you can think of. There's snowy places with like high mountains. There's deserts just to go on forever with like peaks and valleys. Like you'll be in places where it's just like islands. You just see water out into the horizon. Sometimes you're in a forest. Sometimes it's little trees. Sometimes they got you just regular looking leaves. Sometimes they're darker leaves. They've even got redwood trees where rather than things being a block thick, it's many blocks. These are huge fucking trees to chop down. They go all the way up, leaves and everything, apples in them. And then there's like villages, there's little houses built, there's villagers that live in them, and like cows and chickens and critters, and like flowers, different colored flowers, mostly like white, yellow, red. But after a while, you kind of start seeing, you sort of realize you're going to see the same sort of places. Yeah, your forests, snowy places, deserts, plains where there's hardly any trees, rainforest. You see it all. They've got a little bit of everything, but you get, after a while you're not surprised by what you're going to see. Like, oh, if things get flat for a while, we're probably going to come up on some trees. If things are like flat and go downhill for a while, we're probably going to find water. So you're not surprised. You're just surprised by the scary stuff, but not by the lay of the land. Sloan Bone, more cowbell. Yeah, Leah, never enough cowbell. King 40, my YouTube channel, highlights my dancing, sang to Leanne. Patrick, Fatboy Slim is from Brighton, which is on the south coast of England. Oh, yeah, I forgot he was English. That's what it is, B-Chap. Thank you. Just the song is called Weapon of Choice. That's what it is. I knew I was going to get that wrong. And I'm not going to sing it, so... Because at the time I thought that video was fake, and that's when I, heard Walken talking about it. It's like, no, man, all the boys had to know how to dance, so I just know how to dance. And he's like, what, like 6'2"? He's up there. So I was specifically watching, it was a 3-parter for a mod called The Boiled One. So the thumbnail for it, it's like this sort of like trees, kind of a blue background, and just this like melted reddish figure. He's doesn't look like he's having a good day. And like some of this stuff is at night, but some of it's during the day, and it's still creepy. So this dude's just walking along. I shared this already. This happens starts at exactly 10 minutes into the video. But he's just walking along, talking to the audience. He's by himself. And he has to run away from something. So he dives into the water and he pops back up. And then over across, there's this little island here. And standing up are these purple flowers, like lavender purple flowers. And at first I thought they were just blue flowers, which they do have. And it's like, oh, that looked purple. That's nice, whatever. So he goes over this way. And of course the camera turns. And, again, he's in the water, so it's just the start of the land. There's some regular trees in the background. But the important part is we're looking at a grassy field during the day. And you almost can't see the grass for the purple flowers. It's just these little purple flowers that are absolutely everywhere. Any other time you see flowers, it's like in little patches or specifically in gardens. I've never in any of these Minecraft videos seen an entire field of purple flowers. I've not seen that in any game anywhere ever. And there it is. And he even stops and notices it. He's like, whoa, flowers, whoa. Maybe I should build my house here. Because he hadn't built a house yet in the go-through. And he's walking through this field. It's as far as the eye can see. Mostly purple. You cannot... I've never not seen so much grass in a field so much because of flowers. And again, purple, my color, just going on forever. And then he keeps walking. And then you start seeing trees with really dark bark. Which they do have. That's not weird, but the weird part is up where the leaves should be. I don't think there was any green at all because instead of leaves, pink and purple flowers. I've never seen anything like it. And even like the wood on the tree when he got close to it, even that was a dark purple. I, I've never like in the video he ends up like making his house sort of like it's sort of like if you walk out of the distance of the purple flowers, like that's where he ended up building his house. But he ends up spending maybe about like 30 seconds in there, sort of just looking around at everything. At the time, that's the only place that's the only video I've ever seen that in, and I've watched a lot of these videos in the last maybe month or so. All kinds of different places, never seen this place in any of them. So then I start having technical questions because I've never actually played this game. I don't understand how this happens. Like, can you just like go into any kind of seed, which is just a world, and this just happens to be a place in every single world? Is it random? Is it just in the mod? Like, is it only if you download the scary mod do you get a field of purple flowers? Can you? I don't know. Like, I don't know coding and mods and all that kind of stuff. That is very, very beyond me. But the fact that I've never seen that purple field of flowers before, that's what leads me to believe it's just part of the mod. Well, like it, oh, like maybe just the mod uploads specific biomes. That just happens to be one of them. It's I wasn't expecting it, and I was kind of like half awake, half asleep, so it was like sort of towards the end of my day. So like I know I didn't imagine it, and I went back and found the video, so I know it's real, and I shared it. Like, how do you get there? What are the coordinates? Is that in every single version of Minecraft? Is it just the horror mod? How can I go there? I know I need like a computer and a Steam account and all that kind of stuff, but how can you like please tell me that's not just in horror mods. Please tell me that there's like a regular person can just buy Minecraft and download it and just I don't know what like for the name of the world you have to put in, but you can just put that in and just go there and just be surrounded by purple flowers as far as the eye can see in every single direction just purple, not one other than like the pink and those trees. Every flower was some shade of purple, and if it was in the shade, it was a darker purple. It brought tears to my eyes. Again, I've never seen anything like that, and there it just is existing. I want to go there so bad. It's so pretty. And it's just in the one video, and it's a three-parter, so it's like, oh well, but there it goes. I guess that's the only time I'm gonna see it. But I'm thankful. I sometimes I like when I'm wrong, and in this instance, I was wrong. I just read in the chat room real quick. Dill said there's a really good country performer at the military parade right now, Warren Zeiders, Zeiders. Yeah, Patrick's saying it's 1:15 a.m. there. Well, probably 1:18 a.m. there now. Leanne Harp Twins' latest is set in a field of purple flowers. Love them. What are they a singer? Oh yeah, Dill's in Pennsylvania. Or saying that the singer's in Pennsylvania. Oh man, yeah, use your gaming PC. I would totally game if I had a PC. I love video games. Oh, Dill said, I'm really a rock girl, but I like all kinds of music. Just added him to my country playlist on Spotify. Oh yeah, Beach App. Yeah, older version gaming PC rig. Still haven't gotten it back from the computer repair store yet. I remember you telling us about that. So now, if Swaley had built his house in those purple flowers, I would have subscribed to him right then. But like I told you last time, I ended up subscribing later. But I'd never seen that before. And this is like a straight guy gaming, and I just assume people who put mods together and stuff are gay are straight guys. So what are straight guys doing putting purple flowers in a game? I just you don't know. I'm just happy it's there. Oh, Leanne, harp twins play harps. Oh, I would have never guessed with that name. Are they twins? Sing and do covers and originals, completely independent, no record labels. Oh, good for them. Yeah, yeah. You kind of have to like do it without any big a company behind you. You don't have to, but you can. You can still have a like low key have a music career without a big company behind you. So what happens is sometimes when Sway Lee goes live, he mentioned going live with his friend Puff, like Puff the Magic Dragon, like Puff, and that's just what he called him. And then this guy shows up, and he's a puffer fish, like that's what his avatar skin looks like. And this dude is just unhinged. I don't know what it's like me if I wasn't depressed and super hyper. Kind of makes me think of that. Sometimes he's a little bit too much, but like sometimes he's like cute and funny and all this kind of thing. He does have a cowbell. I will say that Puff's channel, whenever he's live and he gets a super chat, there he is ringing his cowbell, and it does get annoying. So I can't sit and watch some of his videos in one shot. But he's nice guy and all this stuff too. Like his heart's in the right place. He's just being really weird because it's funny. But I was watching his channel like just separately, and then he himself was gaming with another guy who goes by Moose. Like his handle is it's Moose Craft, like Moose the Critter, so that's just the name he goes by. Don't really know that guy as well, but I'm just saying this because he just happened to be with somebody else in the video. Now this is nighttime. They're traveling around. I'll have to find this video again. I know I liked it, so I can find it. But they're traveling, and what people do in Minecraft when they're traveling at night is they'll just put down a trail of torches. I think that keeps bad guys away, too. It seems to help them find their way back. Again, I've never played this game. It lights up the night, so it's just good visually. It's good to, watch back. But they're placing down these glowing blocks instead of torches. That's new to me to see them using glowing blocks instead of torches. And they're just running through this field. It's nighttime, just regular field, just grass, grass, grass. But then suddenly all this green grass starts, it's a different color when it's lit up. It's purple. Like, oh, cool. Maybe they found a couple purple flowers. They go a little bit more, put down another block, lights up all the flowers. They're purple. Go forward, it happens again, nothing but purple flowers. So I'm like, hold on. Instead of just focusing on what was being lit up, I was looking at the whole screen. Even though it was night, you can still sort of see. I was like, no. Is it the same place? It was nothing. Everything the light touched was purple flowers. It was like they found the same place Swaley was in his video, and now they're here. Is it the exact same place? I don't know if it was the exact same mod. Is this just happen to be another random field of purple flowers? What's causing this? It's twice I've seen this, so like now I'm just on the hunt for it, just paying attention to every video I watch. Like, are they gonna go back there? How does this little biome happen? Is it just in horror mods? Is it for everybody? Because it would be just in horror mods, wouldn't it? Like, wouldn't that be the case? That just purple flowers are in this scary place? But I've just never seen anything like it. I never, not say never, but it's just so rare for me to be watching a YouTube video and just everything stops. Like, And I think it's because I can't deal with flowers in real life. It's not that they're not pretty. I do like them. But the problem is the most I've been around flowers is at funerals. So like you walking through a nice pretty garden, everything's all lush and growing. I'm only gonna get so many steps in before I start thinking about funerals and get sad and just want to leave. That's why I like the movie My Fair Lady. They show all those flowers and I don't have to smell any of them and think about death. So I think that's why I like the idea of being in Minecraft, being surrounded by flowers that I can't. I do like the way flowers smell. That's why it's sad that I can't be around them. But just to be surrounded by all these flowers that I don't have to smell, and they're all my favorite color, and there's possibly purple wood. I could have like a purple wooden house if there was that many trees to be around, though I wouldn't want to cut them down because they're pretty. I didn't know I was going to find that. I didn't know anything like that existed. And again, this is a time where I don't expect anything good to happen. And then there are these purple flowers right in my face in the middle of this scary mod. Wow. Maybe I can pause and get a good screenshot. I want to find that other video of Puffs, like so you can see it at night too. But I just this field of purple, and I couldn't tell you. I don't know if those flowers are based on real flowers in real life, so exactly what purple flowers I would be. But it kind of makes me think of when I was telling you I was driving past that house and there were purple flowers in the field. I keep checking too; they're not growing back, so I don't know what that's about. Harp Twins collaborated with male twin Nordic tribal drummers. Oh, whoa. Yeah, Dandy's saying that he's up in Cleveland. Leanne, it's the beginning of lightning bug time. Oh. John Rogers saying to Dandy, I hope you have a bulletproof vest. You don't live in East Cleveland, do you, Dandy? Well, stay out of East Cleveland unless you want to get shot. There was even a video of that years ago. It's sometime in the last 10 years because I don't know if Frank showed it. I don't know if you can show that because there's like legitimately like blood and it's daytime, but it's just like some old man walking down the street and some younger dude just shoots him and was filming it. You know, guy falls out, red on the ground. Just folks are crazy up there. Dill, Cleveland, aka the mistake by the lake. Nice. Patrick saying to Dandy, a lot of Ohioans here. There are a lot of people in Ohio that are frankly, it's just full stop. Yeah, John Rogers isn't Huron. Because it went from being like me, just me, to when Frank will be like, hey, everybody shout out in the chat room where you're from. And you'll see nothing but because somebody will say Cleveland, and then like you'll see a couple other people like, oh, I'm in Cleveland as well. So like there's a few people there, and like I don't even know the names of all the cities in this state, but like those will pop up, and then they put the state as well, which is good. I don't know these damn cities. It's like, damn, that's a lot of people. Leanne, only males light up to impress females. Oh. I did not really. That's maybe like how like ducks, like the males are prettier and more brightly colored. Oh, John Rogers says he's sees on the news the shootings are mostly on the west side. Oh, they're traveling west. Dill, no lightning bugs here in Pennsylvania yet. It's too chilly. It's a little bit cold, which is fine for me for filming purposes. Yeah, King 40 said he lived in Columbus for just for a year in the 80s. Since it was just a year, like, did you move there on purpose? Was it for work? Was it just, hey, let me check out Ohio? Why did I come here? Run away. Because it's the same time zone as New York, so that's literally the only thing we've got going for us. I couldn't tell you. I would say I couldn't tell you one other reason to come here, but I guess if you like roller coasters, there is a Cedar Point over there. been in. I could swear there's like Columbus has its college there, and then across the street is a head shop. Because I know I went to a head shop. I guess it was a school across. But when you're out of school, you don't care about schools anymore. But I guess it was a school. I don't know. Good place for a head shop, though. There was a time where the place where like the office for these apartments was right next to a head shop. Like that would be so messed up. Like you go to like sign your lease, and then you go to the head shop. Oh, that's nothing. That's just a YouTube notification. Oh, yeah, and Lightning Bugs was around Father's Day. Happy Father's Day and Grandfather's Day. Yeah, again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers and all the not fathers. John Rogers says, I dated a gal in Cleveland and there was a shooting at the Little Caesars. We got pizza at? Damn. That would happen recently. Well, stop robbing the Little Caesars, John. Damn. No, no, no. He's not a criminal. We just got him out on bail. That's a scary date. Like it's yikes. You're supposed to go to a shooting range for a date, not a random act of violence. I want to get some Little Caesars pizza. I haven't been there in a minute. Well, Patrick, my mom's sister is an Akron from about 1956. She's nearly 90. Wow. Why did she leave the UK and come to Ohio of all places? Like again, was it like did she meet an American guy and move over here or it's like, no, I don't like it over here anymore. Everybody's too English. Oh, King 40 said, it's a long story, but a girl I was seeing was trying to get away from her family and wanted me to take her away and wanted me to pick a place to move to. I picked Vegas and she said, no, be serious. Oh, are you a gambler? Maybe that was serious. I mean, if you're lucky enough. Oh, John Rogers, I remembered the strip mall when I saw it on the news. Ew. It's so creepy to see a place you've been on the news because it's never a shot. It's never a good angle. King 40. I said I am, but she said no. So a friend of mine grew up in Columbus, so we picked that. Oh, okay. That's not so bad. Actually, from because I'm at the top of the state, and then Columbus is right about the middle. Oh, I want to say it took about 3.5 hours to drive. So if you were to take Ohio and cut it in half, and then just take that top half and flip it on the side, that's the Netherlands. That's roughly the size of a whole ass country is just half of this state. So you can drive you can like land in Schiphol and drive for maybe an hour and be in Germany easily, like without speeding. It's just so everything's just so close. Oh, Patrick. Oh, she married an American serviceman and she loves America. Aw. Dill, yes, saying to King 40. So Vegas was a no, but she picked Columbus. They've got gambling. No, I really don't know. I haven't been there in so long. Columbus was the first time I had ever gone to a Longhorn restaurant. Like they didn't have that in my town at the time. And I remember instead of like the peppermint starlight mints, which are red and white, I can't have peppermint. I'm allergic. They had the green and white ones, the spearmint kind, which I can have. Like, wow, this is totally cool of them. And so I'm sitting there. I forget what I got, but they were playing country music. It was a surprise. But the thing was, I knew the song, but I couldn't sing along or do anything because that's my thing at the time was that I hated country music, and that I'm sitting there listening to a song that I sort of bought the CD for and didn't tell anyone, and I'm just with people like just eating my food. Don't hum, don't tap your foot, don't nod, just let the song be over. King 40 said he liked Columbus, to be honest. Yeah, it's okay from what I remember, but that was, oh, like 20 years ago ish. John Rogers, I partied a lot in the brewery district in Columbus before going to the Nationals. Yeah, in Ohio's heartland. I've heard Ohio has the most amount of bridges that are like not up to code. And then I've also heard we have the most maybe haunted houses. But I don't know if they mean legitimately haunted or just old houses that people have not burned down or torn down or redeveloped. And then we do have the most drive like throughs like yeah, drive throughs for restaurants and stuff because it snows and nobody wants to get out of their cars. So I will look at places like a Mr. Hero. It's right on the edge of the building. I don't know why they don't put a drive-through in there, but I haven't been in that place and I don't know how long. I'm surprised they're still open. Just put a drive-through there. I'm trying to think of the sub place, not Jimmy John's, but the other one. It's in the middle of a complex. You couldn't even put a drive-through in there. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not going back. King 40 said, yeah, we're talking 1980s Columbus. I'm sure they're very much different now. Yeah, so if you do want to send me anything, I will be getting that P.O. box at least ordered up. I don't know how it goes. It seems like you order it online and pay for it. And then I assume I just go there and pick up the key. And last I knew, it's for 6 months, but honestly, I don't know what's going to happen after this year. So just from now, between a little bit less than 4 months, because my New Year's Day is October 11th. So if you do have anything that you want to send that's not gigantic and heavy, it's just going to be a little box. I'm not getting anything huge. So I don't know, like somebody said, like shirts or like things like that. I'll have it for that, so you will be able to send that to myself. With a return address. If there's a, like I was saying before, if there's no return address, that makes me nervous. I do have haters, so if it doesn't have a name on there or your handle like at Nikki M Carlin, like put your own handle on there. Don't tell me my own name. That way I know who to thank. Oh, John Rogers. Mopar Nationals is the big drag race, and swap meet for Chrysler, Dodge, and Plymouth cars. Okay, that's why I don't know what that is. Sorry, I'm messing with my eye. That's cool. I just don't know about cars. I admire people that know. Oh, that's a 1967 such and such with a whatever engine. King 40, who could hate you? What happens is if you go online and you're nice to people for too long, you get haters. Like fourth year around here. That's when the haters started coming out of the woodwork. I really don't collect anything. I sort of kind of have George Carlin's attitude about stuff. Things are just stuff, so it's not like I need. I don't know. It's hard to I mean, like, because I'm not asking for anything specific from people. Like, um, I just don't want somebody trying to send me like a 3 foot tall lava lamp, and then I'm getting a call from a post office talking about, hey, you got to come pick this up, and it's like fucker, I can't even lift the box that it's in, let alone the item itself. You got me bent if you think I'm putting that in my car. No, Leanne says I have so much stuff. I just like I don't know. Like people don't like that I only wear maybe 2 or 3 shirts, so I've had people threaten to send me shirts. I know specifically Jenna actually made one. She showed it to me a while ago. It's just I'm pretty sure it's a small and it's a white V-neck shirt, but it's I want to say it's one of Frank's merch shirts because it's the one with the Uncle Sam and he's not wearing pants and there's the lava lamp and the baseball bat. And but she put some extra like patches, like frankly style like patches on it. So I'm like it would fit. I would have to if I was gonna show it to you, I'd either have to hold it up or like put it on with my eyes closed and then like step off and like take because it's a white shirt, I would go blind doing a show in a white shirt. But I would show it to you guys. She sent me a picture of it. So like I know people do have stuff. Patrick said, Nikki, you are the queen of the quite frankly crew. Oh, thank you. It's it's I don't know what to say. It's sort of like you would think I don't know. It's like other people think that I would be more of a I don't know like bigger deal in the quite frankly verse. Like I think of myself as a frankly like everybody else. I can never forget what it was like to just like be one of 5 people in a chat room and Frank's asking people to call in and everybody's too nervous to um and then just to see it get bigger and it's not like I want like a ton of recognition. I don't need to be like shouted out on every single episode of quite frankly. I don't have an ego like that. I realize I'm just a person in a chat room. I'm not I don't get paid for what I do nor would I accept money for it. Like specifically to be a mod, quite frankly, you couldn't pay me to do that. Um it's sort of like no matter how much time passes, things always happen to remind me of my place. Like I'm just a person in the chat room like everybody else. I just happen to have a handle that's blue with the little wrench after it. Um, so in a way, I can't. In a way, I can say what I want to say more, and in some ways, I can't because you're sort of like looked up to like not as a role model, but like people notice the way you interact. So if I say like don't like something going on the show, I mean like sometimes I can be direct, sometimes I gotta tiptoe around it. But there's way like pseudo swearing that like there's ways to get your point across without being direct. So like there's ways to like talk around an issue or like how it's bad if we're not talking about the guest. Like we're specifically ignoring you or ignoring a caller for whatever reason. We all just decide we don't like them, so we're just like avoiding talking about you like that. It's I'm rambling a bit. I don't know if that exactly makes sense, but I'm not the type to like. While I do have an ego, I'm good at keeping it in check. But I never like. I'm not trying to like lord over anybody in the quite frankly chat room. I really try to Like I feel awkward when I'm sharing like links to his super chats or to his discords. Like even though I am like yes a moderator, in a way I feel like I'm overstepping. Like I really do. Like we're all people. We're all just the same. It doesn't matter how much money we have in our bank account. It doesn't matter if somebody's healthier than somebody else. You know, at the end of the day, we're all human and we all eventually die, and you know most of us go to heaven, some of us don't, but we see each other again. So it's Leanne said you ain't just nothing, yo. uh you're something, that's why I'm here. Thank you. Kick 40 said the caller after me on Leonardo's night was so fucking brutal, lmao. Dill said I never get that impression, Nikki. It's Patrick. So we have a king and queen in the quite frankly crew. Thought you guys love being independent. LOL. Yeah, Queen Pyretta. She's our queen. King 40, she presented herself as a comedian. The thing was when Leonardo was on, I did like her. I liked the base thing she had to say, but the fact that there was always somebody cutting into what she was saying and speaking directly after her, I really could not, I could barely focus on what she was saying. I was trying to concentrate so hard on Leonardo, what she was saying, and thinking about she was saying that if she was being funny, it just flew past me because I was doing too much work just concentrating. So like I enjoyed the things she had to say. I wanted to hear more. That's why the next night Frank was like, "Well, when she was saying this, what she probably meant was like I didn't know she said anything offensive. All I heard was Frank and Leonardo and static that I had to concentrate through for 3 hours." So that's why I was like, that's why I was saying to King 40, if you find a video of hers that's funny, send it to me because I just can't focus well enough to go through her channel and find something. I'll get frustrated. I'll walk away. I don't have the ability to concentrate like that anymore. So if you find something and it's funny, then if it's not, it's your fault. No, no, I'm not pulling that on you. That's another thing. King 40 saying, not Leonardo, but the caller saying she was a comedian. Yeah, semantics. Now, Frank will have these folks on, and he says that they are a comedian, and then we don't get jokes, and that's a problem. But there's a way to clear that up. The problem is a comedian is a person who tells jokes. Now, a comic is someone who will tell like funny stories. Here's a silly situation. Hey, I was out for a walk and this happened. Hey, my uncle did this one time and then this happened. That's a comic. You're a little bit more, you're not, it's not like punchline joke or a joke punchline, sorry. It's more like situational, observational humor. Like if I was going to consider myself any kind of like comedian comics, like I would be more of a comic than a comedian because I don't have jokes. You know, man walks into a bar. Any jokes I have, it's stuff that I just remembered from, years and years. Now, I'm not a comedian. I just love comedy. But if I were to if I were to put myself into a category, I would be a comic because I just talk about situations and stuff. I don't have, like funny situation punchline. Now, the third thing is a stand up comedian. That's a person, like you're standing up, you're doing your situational stuff, maybe you have some jokes. That's when you have a variety of stuff. It's not just joke telling, it's not just funny situations. That's when you get your variety. So I think what Frank needs to do with these people is say that they are a comic or more specifically, a stand-up comedian, because a lot of these people do seem to do stand-up comedy. More power to them. I could never. But call them that, because just calling them a comedian implies jokes. And when we don't get those jokes, we get mad. So, and maybe it's not Frank's fault. Maybe Frank doesn't know the different specific definitions. Maybe these people don't know what the fuck they are, and they're calling themselves comedians, and they don't know the definitions of what they're doing. I really do think that's the case. People just don't look stuff up. But it's very slight. It's, you really have to love and appreciate English to look for the details, because sometimes one word, one little word, can make a world of difference. I use English that way. I don't know if other people use English that way, but I'm the one looking for the little details. It's like you said that instead of the. Hold on. You know, that can open up a whole discussion. And I do understand, you know, like a title for a show can only be so big. But you really do have to differentiate. That, like, a comedian, you get Robin Williams on somehow. He's a comedian. Necromancy's bad. Don't bring people back to life. But that's just an example. So I think that's really where the anger comes from. You know, don't promise us. Well, like, don't promise me hot guys, and then there's no hot guys. Don't promise, you know, hot girls, and there's no hot girls. If that's what you're into, no homo. Don't promise us a guy in a baseball cap, and suddenly it's a guy sitting there with no hair and no hat. So, no, it's not that bad, but you get what I'm saying. Leanne, is she really anti-Semite? I don't know. I can't recall what she said. I want that episode edited so it's just Frank and Leonarda and nobody else talking, so I can concentrate on what the hell was said, but we don't have that. King 40, the boring caller after me, who I'm talking about, trying to shit on Leonarda. I mean, maybe. I remember your call. That was a long night. Oh, Patrick, yeah, I nearly forgot. Princess, Frank's daughter. King 40, never found Robin Williams funny, but that's just me. Oh, did you like his acting? I mean, because he did dramas and stuff. Have you seen What Dreams May Come? Did you watch Good Will Hunting? Have you seen Flubber? Flubber made me fucking cry. Flubber is a Disney movie. Fuck. I was not expecting that. Damn it, man. He made me cry. Supernatural powers. Yeah, you have to be careful. If you know magic, you have to be careful with it. You can use it for bad. You can use it for good. Don't speak Latin in front of the books in case you're summoning something, because one of the first rules is don't summon what you can't banish. You learn that from watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's how you learn necromancy is wrong. That's where I learned that. Yeah, some people don't like Robin Williams. I just wonder why. I mean, it's okay. I'm not gonna give anybody shit for not liking the things that I don't like. I'm not that kind of confrontational type of. I'm really more live and let live. I just wonder why people think ways they do about stuff. That's the thing nowadays. You can't just like ask somebody what they think about something, because everybody's so yeah, defensive. Like, oh, you don't like that? I'm not saying you guys are like this. You just see the way people act nowadays. Everybody just takes everything so personally, like it's a personal attack. It's like it's literally just a question. Dale King, his invention of golf in Scotland routine is hilarious. Okay, yeah, King 40, that's fair. Yeah, no, sorry. I just didn't like the guy, so I was not going out of my way to see his movies. That's okay, that's fair. I just wondered if he just didn't like care for his like when he's being funny, because like he could do serious stuff too. That's all right. That's fair. Yeah, nothing personal. No, that's okay. That's all right. I understand. It's not everything is like how I didn't know that there were people who just like South Park and not Family Guy, or just like Family Guy and not South Park, because I always liked them both until South Park did an episode about it. I didn't know there was I didn't know. I just didn't know. It's like living your whole life in the sun and then you're told that like the moon exists. Like since when? I didn't know. I didn't know. So I can now I can understand why. Like, okay, well I can see why people like this about South Park and not this about Family Guy, and vice versa. And then there's people who like they straight up hate Family Guy, won't go near it, but they love American Dad. And I get that too. I really do. It's a different. It does have its different vibe. It does have its silliness. It does its serious parts in a different way than Family Guy. American Dad is more of like the adult version, whereas Family Guy is more of like the college humor. Oh, and Valvero, glad you made it. Happy Father's Day, even though I know you're not a father. I know you know some. Leanne, Mrs. Doubtfire was funny. Mrs. Doubtfire is funny. It does have its sad moments. Look up Mrs. Doubtfire deleted scenes. There's one, I think, with the oldest daughter. Tears. There's a lot of other stuff with the neighbor lady. I won't get into that. That's funny, but yeah. Yeah, and Bill Vero came in to say hi and have a good weekend. Yeah, and heartwarming. Yeah, it really is. It's been so long. Dill, the bird cage. Fuck yes, I love the bird cage. Everybody needs to see the bird cage. Like the entire cast, the whole thing. And then if you like it, I guess it was a play before, and just the history of it. And Nathan Lane was worried about being considered gay because you couldn't be gay in the late 90s. And it's got one of my favorite scenes ever in it. It's available online. I've told you before. It's the one, and it's Robin Williams and Nathan Lane sitting there. And you can tell it's green screen, at least I can. There's like a boat going past them, and it's like citing the paperwork over for the bird cage, like the bar club that they own. That scene has one of my favorite lines in the world. Robin Williams says it. Not gonna spoil it for you. Ugh, the bird cage. It's so funny. The straight looking, that shirt. Why do they know that song from My Fair Lady? And Frank uses a clip from the bird cage. It's you've seen some of it. Beat Chef just reminded me of the YouTube video contents accusing King Charles of being the Antichrist depicted in the book of Revelations within the Holy Scriptures. And Valbero, oh yes, I was a father. Yeah, I told you before, maybe not here. I said it in the chat room. Once when I was 39, I had the thought that I would be a great not a great, but just a good stepdad. Nothing gay about it. Patrick, love Family Guy, Stewie and Brian, brilliant. Yeah, the one where there's no cutaways and they're just locked in that vault, except for one part. I really like that. Shit gets kind of real at one point. Like why they're even there. Why would Brian need a security deposit box? Yeah, Beach Chip, you do want to watch The Bird Cage. If you can find it somewhere, watch it. King 40, Robin Williams had a very punchable face. Okay. I mean, I think he got bullied as a little kid, so maybe that's fair. Don't bully people. Hope this doesn't come back to bite you on the ass, but coming up, we just have a regular Frankly week. And then Saturday, the 21st, I'll be a half an hour early at 6:30 because Frank will be going live on Probably not on YouTube. You know, like Rumble Pilled again, probably, maybe. That'll be at 9 p.m. a week from today. So, yeah, we're actually in a time where I've got holidays almost every single day. So, like the 13th, the 15th, the 16th, the 18th, the 20th, and the 22nd. Those are all. So, if we were going by my calendar, everybody would be off next week. Oh, King 40, only kidding. Okay, thank you. Dill, yeah, Gene Hackman at the end. LOL. Yeah, dude. He was doing it up. Oh, Poo Poo made it. What's up? Glad you made it. And don't forget to smash the like button on the way out. And grab your pants since we're gonna be let me just go to quite frankly dot TV. Yeah, let me just go here. Jesus, that's loud. That's just a premiere. You've seen that. Uh, let's see. Quite frankly TV. Volume down. Landscape mode. Scroll, scroll, fucking scroll. Where is it? Where's the times? Yeah, I'm looking at quite frankly TV right now. It says June 21st, Saturday night special, Dad and Jeff. So that's why the Saturday show for myself is going to be a half an hour sooner. That's okay. That just means we get to see each other live sooner. So yeah, I hope everybody had a great time on a Saturday. I love seeing you guys. It's so much fun to talk to the Franklies. It's different than it'd be nice to be able to split my brain in such a way that I could type and speak, but that would be a little bit too schizophrenic for me. I'm just mentally not in that place right now, so I couldn't do it if I wanted to. And just like the playback, but with the shaking would not be good. So I hope everybody had a great time. I had a great time seeing everybody and talking to you. And I really wanted to tell you about those purple flowers in Minecraft because again, like every single day, you get more bad news, bad things happen, and then everything kind of stops, and you're just surrounded by purple flowers. You're surrounded by your favorite color, and you don't have to smell it. And I mean, like, okay, yeah, maybe it might not be a real physical place, but it kind of is. It kind of is, even though it's just on a screen. Well, the screen is physical. Somebody had to design that. So it's not like it's like, somebody just imagined it. It's a real place we can go to. Leanne, have a great weekend, y'all. Yeah, Dill Frank. Frank has it's a premiere. You've seen that. That's from one of those AI Satan things. John Rogers, have a great night, everyone. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers again. Happy Father's Day to Grace Still Plays. And if you don't have a dad, Gray can be your dad. He's the dad-looking guy who makes pixel people cry. Not affiliated. I just love the channel. His video today did not have any 80s music. Oh, Dandy said he'll be in Norwalk tomorrow. Oh, dude, go to that Brian Buffet. I heard it reopened. I keep forgetting about it. Dill said, thank you, Nikki. Yeah, John Rogers, good night. Yeah, Poo Poo says, have a great night, Nikki. You guys too. Yeah, M. Valbero, happy Father's Day to the mothers who are also fathers. Absolutely, yeah. Yes, it says sometimes you got to do double duty. Sometimes the dude left, so yep. Mom's got to step up. It happens. No judgment. That is so cool. So yeah, take it easy. Spend some time with your dad if you can. Not sponsored or anything. I just does he drink coffee? Does he like keto brains? So stay safe, stay sexy, stay based. Keep your head on a swivel. Get something to eat, get some good sleep. Hopefully your knees don't hurt all of the time. And we will be seeing each other in a chat room next week. John Rogers, I still have to hit the buffet in Norwalk. Yeah, me too. I forgot all about it until somebody mentioned it like a month ago. Gotta get back over there this year. One to go to. Thank you so much, Nikki. Appreciate and love you. To the moon. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you to the, if I didn't say before, 243 subscribers. I got 3 more yesterday, so thank you guys. Almost up to 250. So if I'm on the track to get to 500 subscribers sometime next year. So that's cool. It's so hard to end these. But yeah, watch some YouTube, smoke out on the balcony, drink some water, drink some coffee. Oh, Poo Poo subbed yesterday. Thanks for the sub, man. Helps out the channel. Makes YouTube think I'm a real YouTuber. So yeah, go watch some movies. I love you guys. Until next time.